Hi guys, Martin88 here and welcome back to another FIFA 21 video. Now today we've got another video on the 4-3-1-2 tactics. Now I know this is the third video that I've made on it, but there is a very good reason for that, okay? So, the reason is that our good friend JOSHHHH9 played in a FUT Champions Cup 5 at the weekend and managed to absolutely smash it, and he then told us afterwards that he'd been using some new player instructions and new tactics on the 4-3-1-2, which we all wanted to know. So we couldn't let that pass without doing a video on it. So that's the trophy on screen that he was fighting for, and managed to finish top 49, which is very credible. And you will also see on screen there as well that played the legendary DH Tex, former world champion, and managed to come out 8-5 winner. So that is absolutely amazing. So before we get into the tactics, I want you guys to go and smash up his socials. I'm talking Twitch, I'm talking Twitter. It doesn't have to give us this information, but it lets me give this information out to you guys just to try and help everyone improve at FIFA, which is really good. And if you do want to improve further at FIFA, it does also do the coaching sessions, and you would get a discount if you are subscribed to myself. So if you're interested in that, go and hit him up. Right, before we get into the tactics themselves, just wanted to give you an update on the team, because with the changes that he's made, I think the team actually makes quite a big bit of difference. But before we show you the new one, just want to show you what he was using before and what you would have seen in previous videos. So we've got the Tavernier at right back, Gomez, James centre half, Adama left back, Rashford, Jones and Bruno, Neymar, Cam, and the two Ronnies up front. So this is the new team. Quite a few changes. I think, what are we, 6 changes in total, which is quite a transformation. Now with these tactics, it's more a change in player instructions than anything, and I think the players that he needed to carry him out, he didn't have before, I think he said. So that's the reason for like 6 changes. So first things first, got Big Pete in goal now instead of Allison. I think, you know, goalies are all much of a muchness, but there we go. Got Big Pete in there, Pete Schmeichel. Right back is Juan Cuadrado, which I think is more for chemistry reasons. No problems with Tav. Walker and James centre half. Foot freeze Adama at left back. So the only change there is Cole Walker at centre half instead of Gomez. Then the midfield 3. This is where it gets changed up. So there's Foot Birthday Atau, Foot Birthday Paulinho, and the new GOAT that everybody seems to have, Foot Birthday Renato Sanchez. Now the key thing that Josh said to me about these 3 is that they can all defend and they can all attack, and the fact that they all have that 5-star weak foot as well is just like, oh my god, basically. So they are top tier. Then Neymar at Cam, and same thing as always, those 2 destroyers up front, CR7 and R9. So that's the team. So let's now have a look at the new tactics. So as I said, the player instructions are the part that's changed the most. The custom tactics haven't changed massively, but they have changed slightly. They're the old ones on screen now, and there you can just see the new ones. So there isn't an awful lot of difference. We're still balanced defensive style. Defensive width is now 4 instead of 5, but Josh said those little changes not really making too much difference, so it doesn't matter either way. But the big difference was now using fast build-up play instead of balanced, and that is because his words were to me that the 4-3-1-2 is a formation where you're just trying to overload your opponent, and it's a really fast formation. So it made more sense to play fast build-up play, and it's obviously worked a treat because after such a great performance against a load of top pro players. It's not to say that the previous tactics that you would have seen don't work, but I think what Josh was saying about these new ones is that when he was coming up against higher tier players, it wasn't working. So he was absolutely destroying people that weren't as good as him. But when he came to play fellow pros or verified players, it wasn't working quite as well. So that's why he's changed to these tactics. So I know a lot of you have been using the old ones and loving them. They're still massively viable and can work, but maybe if you're getting into the latter part of champs or whatever, maybe you'd like to switch to these ones. It's worth a go, certainly. So yeah, the main change there is the fast build up. There is a slight change on players in the box as well, down to 7 from 8, but that is it. So it's all about the fast build up play. But this is the main change. So let's have a look at the player instructions, okay? So fullback always used to be on balanced and overlap. This is probably the biggest change. They're now on stay back while attacking, and Josh said that is because, again, this is against better players. It was just getting too exposed at the back. Although the midfielders were on cover wing against players of equal ability or better, it was just leaving him too exposed, and we can all relate to that because we're definitely going to come up against better players, aren't we? Now into the midfield, right? So stay with me on this. So the CDM, stay back while attacking and cover centre, okay? Because there's no need for any of the midfielders now to cover wing because the fullbacks are going to stay back. So that CDM can just sit right on top of the two centre halves. Now, one of the outside CMs, and I've done it for the left CM here, is on balanced attack. It used to be on get forward and cover wing, okay? Not anymore. Now, Josh has that on balanced attack and cover centre. So all three midfielders will be on cover centre. They won't be on cover wing. But the other change is that the other outside centre mid will be on get forward. Okay, so amongst those three central midfielders, you've got one on stay back while attacking, one on balanced, and one on get forward, and all of them on cover centre. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, rewind it and go through it again, because it's certainly not a tactic that I've ever used before. I've either got, you know, my midfielders on get forward or they're staying back. I don't normally have that kind of mixture, so I'd be quite intrigued to see how that works. It obviously works really well because Josh went and beat Tex with it. So yeah, we'll have to give it a go. Then straightforward, Neymar is stay forward as Cam, and then he just never touches CR7 and R9. Asked him about this, why not get him behind? So he likes the option of them coming short as well, for the unpredictability, which, you know, is smart, and who are we to question that? So yeah, there we go, boys. So that's the new team, that's the new tactics. Josh is going to be in the comment sections of this video, so if you've got any question that you want to ask, please ask away. One of the questions that I asked him was, what was your mentality playing Tex? And he just said, I have to go in there and play my normal game, because once I've played higher tier players before and tried to defend, it just doesn't work. So that was quite interesting. On another note, these 4-3-1-2 tactics are also viable for squad battles. You see the guy who's first at the moment? That's our friend Mystikos, who I played co-op with earlier in the year. He's actually first at the moment. It isn't a good enough score to stay first, but he's there at the moment, and I know that he uses the 4-3-1-2. So if you're looking for a different squad battles formation, maybe, you can also use that as well, okay? So, boys, there we go. Please drop a like on the video if you've liked what you've seen. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Massive thank you for Josh for letting us have these tactics. He didn't have to do that. And I would like to see a lot of you in his Twitch tonight. So, yeah, I'll see you boys soon. Bye-bye.